We're Nicki and Carlo and we live in Positano, Italy, except we also just bought a house in Tuscany, which we're currently renovating, so we live there too. Join us as we turn this house and olive grove into a dream home and get to grips with living in two different parts of Italy. Well, after our road trip to England, in attempt to avoid the worst of the summer heat, we arrived back in Tuscany just as an intense heat wave swept across Europe. We spent the next few days settling back in, staying mostly inside the house to keep cool. Get a pulley. Get a pulley. But waking up at dawn and having a wander around the garden in my pyjamas will always be a favourite thing to do. The golden heavy sun just peeping through the olive trees, the air warm but with a tiny hint of freshness. While Carlo and Holly still slept, Indy and I would slip outside to play ball and explore the new day. As we walked through the olive grove this morning, I heard a rustling behind me and turned to see a badger dart out of the bushes and dash across the garden, just a metre or two in front of me. Indy, who had a football in her mouth at the time, was so surprised she didn't even chase it. It was about the same size as Holly and scuttled past us, making a beeline for a dark, shady corner of the property, leaving a trail of pungent, musky scent which slowly dissipated in the morning air. I checked the fruit trees, apples, pomegranates and fig, and looked for olives. This year we don't have as many as last year. The heavy rains in May knocked too many blossoms off the trees. I stopped to weed the flower bed we made in what will one day be the bee garden. Most of the flowers we planted have survived, but a few didn't, so we have a few gaps to fill again. I loved our time away in England and I really enjoyed our stops in France this year. It feels good to know that France is only a 4-hour drive from here. If we want to pop back for a few days or so, it's actually closer than our home in Positano. But it is nice to be back. I feel the need for a bit more routine in my life rather than the unknown days of travelling and visiting people. It feels good to be settled again and get our diets back on track. I will miss the baguettes and croissants in France and the Sunday roasts and desserts in England, but we need to eat sensibly and look after ourselves as best we can. My goal is to now eat clean, or maybe I should say cleaner, walk for at least an hour, swim 12 laps of the pool and do a few body weight exercises every day. Just little things, small changes that will make me feel good about myself. While it was too hot to be outside, I took the opportunity to start planning some bedroom storage. We currently keep our clothes on 2 IKEA clothes rails and we don't really have anywhere to keep linens and towels. I want to make some shelves and rails under the eaves, so I start searching Pinterest for inspiration. I am very lucky that Carlo is so handy and will be able to make my design into reality. I just need to map it all out and give him the measurements. If you watched my video last Wednesday, you will know that I brought back from England with me this can of paint, which is lichen, number 19, and I was planning on painting the bedroom this colour, but I've done a little tester, which is the top one up there. I think it's a little bit too dark. I don't really want a bedroom that dark. The one below it is the lighter one, which is verde terre, and I think that might be better, even maybe a little bit lighter. So I've now gone and bought, it's Such a shame because I really wanted to use a Farrow & Ball paint, but I'm going to have to add some white to it. So I've bought a tin of white paint and I'm going to mix them together and try and get just a slightly shade lighter than that, and I think that will do me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just test it by just mixing a tiny bit together and painting on the wall, just so I can get an idea of what they look like or whether it makes it horrendous. So I don't want to waste a whole tin of Farrow & Ball. So just want a little bit. What am I going to mix it in? Hold on. I think that's better. Okay, I'm much happier with that one. Might even do it a tiny bit lighter, but I'm going to take all the paint downstairs now where I've got a big empty old 10-litre container. I'm going to mix it up in that so I don't have to keep mixing bits because I'll never get it the same colour again if I do it more than once. It's all going to be mixed in one go. Okay, I'm ready to mix. I'm going to use this wooden spoon to mix with. I'm going to have to sacrifice it. It has been in the kitchen drawer for years. It's come from Positano, it's come from Dad's house to Positano to here, and I've literally never used it because it's massive. But I think it's going to be perfect for mixing the paint. Now I need a screwdriver to get that over. Perfect. I suppose I should have changed my clothes, but oh well. Go away, mosquito. What you can't see is the temperature. It's about 35 degrees at the moment. It's hot.
Ah, stai facendo un buon lavoro, amore.
It's very hot up here.
Sì, penso che potresti accendere l'aria condizionata.
Yeah, maybe I will. Good idea.
E anche pitturare quel tubo bianco in verde. Sì,
Will the paint stick to it?
sì. Scusa, ma perché non stai usando il rullo?
I can't find it.
Davvero?
See, well, I've got one. I can't find the big one, so I found this one, and it's not really turning anywhere. It's not rolling.
Puoi andare a comprare uno
I
nuovo.
know, I can't bother. I've already been there once today. I just want to paint.
Ok? Ah, gosh, non capirò mai perché voi donne volete fare tutto questo lavoro inutile. Non andava bene, bianco. No?
Yeah, it was fine white, but I want it a different colour.
Ok. Allora scusa se non ti aiuto, ma io vado a fare il bagno in piscina.
I might come and join you in a minute.
Non ti dispiace, vero?
No, I might come too.
Guarda che ti porto, amore. Forse con questo puoi fare prima.
Does it work?
Sì, vedi un po'.
Hey, now we're going to do it fast. And now we'll get criticised by the anti-small roller brigade that have a go at me each time I use a small roller. It's just less messy. And less painful on the wrist as well. That's much better. Okay.
Va bene?
See?
Posso andare adesso?
Yeah, I'll be down in a bit.
Scusa, ma quei segni là sul muro che sono?
Ah, that's going to be our future wardrobe that you have to build for us.
Ah, ok. Hai subito trovato un lavoro per me, eh? Siamo
Well,
appena
I mean,
arrivati.
we've been talking about this for ages, but yes, what do you think? I've sketched out what I think should be 5 shoe drawers, and then stuff for towels and other stuff, and then more on this side.
Ok, va bene. Devono essere estraibili o fissi?
Fissi, fixed.
Ah, ancora
Yeah.
più facile, grazie.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have to. No, we don't need to pull them out.
Ma servirà un sacco di legno per fare quello. Ok.
I'll show you some pictures of what I want.
Ok.
It's quite simple.
Ok. Preferisco vedere la... perché così...
No, I know. No, but it is very simple, I promise.
Ok. Va bene. Vado a fare il bagno.
Okay. Ciao. Just out on our morning dog walk, and we have come across this.
Sì, abbiamo trovato un'altra casa abbandonata ed è incredibile quante case abbandonate ci sono qui. Questa è abbastanza grande, non è così vecchissima. Andiamo a dare un'occhiata.
Yeah, let's have a look. It's really interesting because it's got. I've actually seen this before. Carla wasn't with me last time, so I was a bit scared. So I crept around on my own. But it's got a nice little annex over there, which you could feasibly convert and live in that while you're converting the main house. There seems to be more land down that way, and it's got an old barn here, and then there's the road just there. We are always looking out for other properties. It's something that my parents used to do. I can remember at one point they moved every 2 years. We're not planning on moving, but we're always keeping an eye out for maybe a better property or a great fixer-upper. It's my dream anyway.
Non so se l'abbiamo mai detto, ma Nicki cercava per una casa più grande di quello che poi in realtà abbiamo preso. Perché la sua aspirazione è di fare accoglienza, di fare un B&B, ma poi io ho spinto per prendere qualcosa di più piccolo perché non conoscevamo la zona, non sapevamo se ci piaceva. Adesso che sembra che ci piace, magari potremmo prendere qualcosa di più grande. Ovviamente dovremmo vendere prima quella casa dove siamo adesso, anche se io mi sono innamorato, quindi è tutto da vedere, sono solo sogni, progetti.
But it's also nice just to look, isn't it? To look and to dream. We had
sì.
so much fun house hunting. It was such a good fun year doing
Sì,
that.
è bello.
But why stop? Let's just keep looking. Anyway.
Comunque, non stavamo cercando per questa casa e qui siamo passati e l'abbiamo vista.
Yeah, it's got potential. Let's have a look.
Questa è una stanza. Non pensavo che era così.
Come on, out the way. Move.
Guarda quella scena.
So this is just a storeroom. It's not the entrance to the house.
Yeah.
Now, someone does come here because the grass has obviously been cut. And there's another open door here. Now, generally, these houses in Italy would have the downstairs area would be for animals and farm equipment, and the family would live on the second floor. In fact, here is the staircase that goes up to the living quarters. Oh, there's 2. And nobody has been up there for a while.
Accendere la luce perché è buio dentro.
Oh, scary.
È ovvio che qui c'era la cucina. Vediamo cosa c'è qui. Oh, è una stanza da letto. Sono ancora i materassi.
Look, buggies.
Un buon tetto. Può essere davvero spaventoso.
I'm absolutely terrified.
Aprire una porta e vedere che cosa succede qua dentro.
Che paura!
È una stanza per gli uccelli.
Per 4.
C'è un bagno qui. Qualcuno ha lasciato le cose qui. Chiusa, eh? Un letto. Incredibile.
It scares me so much going in places like that, but I love it. I think some old person probably died in there and the house has just been left since. I don't know about the other half though, because it is divided into two. Anyhow, let's carry on with our walk.
Da quello che ho potuto vedere, secondo me questa casa non è ripristinabile, cioè secondo me bisogna buttarla giù e rifarla da capo perché è troppo rovinata e quindi chiunque la vorrebbe comprare non vale la pena. Poi bisogna vedere se le leggi ti danno il permesso di buttarla giù e rifarla. Questo è tutto un discorso. Grazie.
Non ci si crede quando siamo giovani, eh?
Lo so.
Non ci si crede.
Lo so che già io noto una differenza.
Dopo i 60 non siamo... E l'ha tutta in mano lei, perché la casa, la mia pensione, siamo...
Olli.
Olli?
Sì.
Olli! Bellina! Ecco quello è geloso.
È venuta in.
È geloso.
Sono tutte e due.
So we've just been talking to that lady for about 20 minutes and it was really interesting. She lives here all by herself and she has these fantastic views from just outside her house and it's such a beautiful place. But she was telling us all sorts of things, but one of the things that struck me was that she mentioned a word that I hadn't heard before and I figured out for myself what it was, risaya. So riso is rice. So risaya would be a place where rice is made. And she said that from the age of 15 to 20, she worked in a risaya and she was up to her thighs in water picking the rice. They'd start at 5 in the morning and work through till, well, she said about 10 to 12 hours. And they would get half a day off on a Sunday. And she did this every year for 5 years in the rice picking season. I think it only lasted, she said, about 40 days. But it's something that I never really thought of before in this country. So it's really interesting to hear that there were rice fields, I mean, maybe there still are, probably actually. But she said up from the Veneto up towards Romania is where she would go and work. Carla is trying to organise pizza night with friends. We've been desperately wanting a pizza since we got back from France, and because it's August, everywhere's shut. All the pizzerias that we normally go to are closed. And I think one of them is opening tonight. So we're hopefully going to go and have a much needed pizza. I haven't had one for over a month.
Comunque non è un ristorante, è solo una pizzeria. Fanno una pizza napoletana fantastica.
The pizza restaurant is open again. We're going to go tonight. Can't wait. I'm really excited. I haven't had a pizza for so long. Another good thing is the heat wave has actually broken. It's lovely and cloudy, a little bit of thunder and a little bit of rain at the moment.
Sì, dovremmo prenotare il tavolo, solo che purtroppo quando decidiamo di andare.
Good girl! gone very dark in here now, just because there's a big thunderstorm happening outside and it's very dark outside. But we're going to finish off, I'm going to finish off painting, and I need to get behind the bed. So we actually need to move it, and it's a very, very heavy bed. Puoi credere che io ho spostato questo letto da sola, da là a qua, con il tappeto, da sola.
Come devo fare?
Non lo so, ho bestemmiato come una pazza. Da qua.
Come hai fatto da sola? Non ci credo.
Come è arrivato qua questo letto?
Non lo so, guarda, siamo in due, non si muove. 1, 2, vai!
While I've been painting, I've been listening to podcasts, and I think that might be one of the reasons I enjoy painting so much. It's because it gives me time to sit and listen to a podcast. I don't get to listen to them very often because obviously I don't have like a work commute, and I don't use the car very often by myself, and I don't listen to English podcasts when I'm with Carlo in the car because we're either talking or music, but it's just nice to be able to have the time to listen to something. The ones I listen to most are Happy Place by Fern Cotton and Davina McCall's Begin Again. And I just choose one of the interviews that looks interesting to me and really enjoy myself. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to listen to a podcast and finish off the rest of these walls. Then I have to decide whether I'm going to do the ceiling or not. I'm undecided. It might make the room too dark, but it might bring it all together. And also the column. Got a lot of things to decide. We're in the pizzeria. Our friends have cancelled, so it's just us in the end, and we are very happy that we're getting pizzas.